welcome back to the Steel City Spectacular 20K CEDH event. We are about to get round 3 coverage on their way and get the names of the players as well as their deck lists up here for you in just a moment. Setting up, we get to talk a lot about the dichotomy of the table, and that's been a big topic so far because round 2, I think we were just flabbergasted when we saw 2 mono green lists at the same table, both 1-0, into a Golgari list.
You know, and that'll happen because, like, because the pairings in round 1 are very, very randomized outside of like ELO a little bit. So you'll have that where like decks like that can push through either like pilots that don't have as much experience or certain decks that, you know, might not be like tier 1, like in the meta. And so they break through early, and then when they hit a deck like Rog Thras, that's where they have issues. And when you get 2 or even 3 of them against a deck like Rog Thras, that's not great. But that's also why we've got 6 whole rounds to get to day 3.
Absolutely.
It's okay to have an early win and then a loss immediately because like that just happens, right?
Yeah.
But there's still plenty of time for players that might have hit a wall like that to recuperate and get back in it.
Yep. And this is a day of 6 rounds of TDH, and then we have a day 2 that is going to have another 2 rounds of Swiss into the top 16 cut and then top 4.
Looks like we had a immediate draw.
Yeah, we had
pod
an immediate draw at pod 8. Wow.
I'm assuming that there was some amount of so if you didn't already know, you get 5 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. 7 points guarantees you day 2.
Yes.
Right? So what I'm assuming is because that was pod 8 and that's still up in the upper echelon, enough people in there were like, hey, I won 1, I drew 1 already. Yeah. Can we just get a draw right here and now? We can take a break, go get food, go do something.
I was about to say, I'm sure it was the lunch pack.
And we're basically like locked in for day 2.
Yeah.
There might be 1 or 2 people in there that are only going to have 6 points after that.
Correct.
But they're still like, 1 more draw and I'm in.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So
the big thing, though, and I think actually this is going to be a little bit more important, that is one of the first draws we've seen all tournament that wasn't time-related.
That was not time-related.
And I believe we're going to see a lot less draws due to the fact that we are at a 513-player event. You need to get into top 16.
Yeah. I did actually see... someone had already run the math on round 1.
Yeah.
There were 33% draws.
Yeah.
Whereas the average is around 40% normally.
Yeah.
So we're already like doing okay when it comes to that. So,
absolutely.
So hopefully that keeps up because that's the thing is like you gotta get those points in. You can't just draw out. You've got to get points in.
Yeah. With 513 people, you have to jam games. You have to get wins. It incentivizes this so much more. And I think is a natural degradation of what many people thought was a problem with drawing. This is going to lower that issue for certain.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Getting in here to our round, it looks like hands are drawn. We're going to start with mulligans. We don't know if mulligans have been completed yet. We're going to see if anyone starts jamming.
All right, so the 80-minute timer is starting right now for the feature match.
Wonderful. Players are drawing hands. We are debating on our mulligans. I think a big dichotomy of playing Blue Farm and why a lot of people will prefer to play Tin McCrom is due to the fact that, hey, if all I find is mana in my hand's still good. And that's what makes it so great. It makes mulliganing way less stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not pieces you need. Obviously, in an all-player taking a draw or a mulligan right away, not uncommon.
Not uncommon. You have to have very, very specific cards in hand to make anything happen with an all.
Absolutely. Very, very important.
I am very interested to see the fact that there's 2 blue farms on not quite opposite, but like first seat, fourth seat. That's going to be very, like when we're cycling through the turns, that's going to make things very, very awkward.
You know, I have an inclination we're going to see the first Ristic of the day.
You think?
Just a thought.
What? No. No.
Yeah. Not having seen one's pretty crazy.
It was interesting to not see a single Ristic up until now.
Yeah.
You know, we're a third of the way through the day and haven't seen a Ristic yet or a Mystic. Not a lot of cards drawn in these games so far.
No, not at all. I've seen more cards drawn a vintage match.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yes, you're hurting your chances to get to day 2 if you are just trying to draw immediately.
Correct.
But remember, there's still 4 more rounds, or 3 more rounds after this one, right?
And that's why I firmly believe it was probably a lunch pact. It was probably
a lunch pact.
We can all draw and get lunch. There's going to be a level of hunger that goes into that decision.
Yeah, and like you have better odds at winning later on if you aren't hungry like crazy, you know? So it literally could have just been like, hey, we're all going to get to 6 points or 7-ish points average for doing this. Let's just go to lunch.
And be refreshed, right? Yeah.
Maybe they didn't like their odds. There's a couple people that didn't like their odds at the table. Like, oh, that deck's not great for me. I'm just going to, you know.
Also, proxies 100% are allowed as long as they are not flimsy paper proxies that are easily thumbed through on the deck.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a card quality still, needed to be able to play proxies, and they're very accessible. So, yeah, it is proxy friendly. All the events here are proxy friendly, as this is a non-Wizards of the Coast affiliated event.
Indeed. For instance, yesterday in the vintage event, up to 15 cards in your deck and sideboard could be proxied, which is nice for vintage because Power 9 and all that nonsense.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yep. It looks like we are resolving mulligans. The Inala player thumbing through, which obviously is very difficult to decide on mulligans in this deck. It is very similar to vintage where it's all in the mulligan, and it looks like we are keeping 6.
Well, I think they're still thinking a little bit.
Yeah. I saw the test for a second.
Yeah, I think it's down to Inala.
Yeah.
At this point, because you've got to be like, you've got to have some amount of ramp. You've got to have a tutor effect at least, right? If you have one of the pieces in hand, then it's a weird thing because you're like, okay, I've got the piece. Can I actually cast it?
Yeah.
Is it viable to have it, or do I need to keep digging? Oh, and we do have a keep.
Oh,
or not. Oh.
I think we're debating on what card to pitch.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be...
one on bottom?
Resolved, yep.
There we go. All right. Clinched. We're locked in.
Oh, my goodness. This is exciting. Our first Metapod of the day.
Yes, this is truly a Metapod. We definitely... Metapod.
Yeah, I laughed too.
Screenshot. So, we obviously are looking at some of the heavy hitters of the TEDH meta.
Yeah.
Blue Farm has always been top tier.
No.
What? I get to play the best cards of all of those 4 colors, which are just the best cards in the meta? No way.
Yep.
Inala is a bit more fringe. It's very dependent on the pilot.
Wow. Land go from 2 players, both Trey and Rourke, opting to just... We got a UC fetched, it looks like, for Trey, and we have a Badlands fetched for Rourke. And it looks like we have an Imperial Seal. No, not Imperial Seal. Let's get a close-up on what player 3 is doing there. That is a Birds of Paradise, it looks like.
Got it. Yep.
Yes.
Goose.
Yep. We'll see if we get a bolted bird. And then an Arid Mesa for Dylan. A Tropical Island was pulled up for Jim Lee. And we all land past. Oh, except for Jim. Jim had a play.
Yep.
Jim had a play. Wow.
Interesting. No Mystic, no nothing. Yeah, it's going to be, we got to just strap yourselves in, go get some popcorn. It's going to take a sec.
Ancient Tomb LED.
Ancient Tomb LED.
Are we going to see a Hellbent Crom?
I have seen that quite a bit. There are way worse things you can do with that deck.
Yeah.
Basically, the entire, I have heard players just go
Vamp Tutor in response.
Interesting. But yeah, I've seen players just go as long as I can resolve a turn 2 Crom, it does not matter what my hand is. So I can 100% see that.
Opposition agent from the top rope. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Wow, we are going to be looking at player 2's hand.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's rough, buddy.
Ancient Tomb coming in
no.
Big. Oh my gosh.
That's got to hurt.
That
has got to hurt this
rough.
early.
Rourke is not gonna forget if no one has 3 mana yet to fire that off sooner next time. But I guess they were worried about a dashed Ragavan from Trey.
I guess. Like,
Yeah.
good grief. Oh, the African swallow. It's not a goose. It's the Monty Python bird.
The one
That's
that has
right.
the coconuts.
The coconut.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you
yeah.
can switch side whether it's the African or the European
Yeah.
swallow.
Oh my gosh. Deadbeat Scott, thank you. Love you too, bro. Oh gosh, that is so hard, bro.
That hurts. That hurts.
Anala getting hit with the Oppo. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for Rourke right now. That's awful.
But I mean, like, honestly, that's probably one of the more optimal times to like drop that, right?
Yeah.
Because like you get to, because that's what Trey was the one trying to resolve the tutor, right?
Correct.
So you are putting a damper on your opposing Tim Necrom, which is
Yes.
going to be one of your biggest opponents here. And
if
then
I'm not mistaken, let's get a read on opposition agent. Is that supposed to be face up?
I do not believe so. I don't know if that's a mistake that a judge could call on, or if it's just.
That is a Ristic study that was taken. I believe not that it's not a rules misplay if they don't, but I believe it's a misplay on Trey's side if that is indeed the point. We'll do that after this round. Yeah. We have a Lineside Diamond played. We're pitching an Arid Mesa.
Okay, it does exile face up.
It is face up. Okay.
Yeah, no, we're good there.
We have a Grim Monolith. Got it as face up.
Oh, and it would be face up anyway because it's revealed information.
Right.
Usually. Yeah, and that was on the Lightning Tutor, yeah? Or was it Vamp?
It was Vamp
It
Tutor.
was Vamp, but I guess it's still, whatever.
Yeah.
Still revealed information.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh, Cavern of Souls. Or is that, no, it's Gemstone Caverns. Oops.
Yeah, it's Gemstone.
That's Gemstone. Gemgone. And it's a land pass, it looks like? Nope. We're getting, most likely, a Ristic.
Yeah, Praetor's Grasp is right now.
We're getting another Oppo.
Getting another Oppo.
And, or, yeah,
Because
that's the only
that's
thing.
3 mana.
Only thing to copy.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't dislike that. That makes sense to me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. If not you, then I.
It's just kind of like mutually assured opposition agent going on right now.
Mutually assured opposition agent. We have an Ancient Tomb. We're pitching a Simian Spirit Guide, and we're casting a Smothering Tithe.
One of my favorite cards in the game.
That is big.
Dude, I love Smothering Tithe. All right. And it is perfect in Tim Necrom. Because, I mean, just like, you're playing like the pile of best cards, and they have some very varied mana costs with mana pips.
Yep.
You got to have that color fixing.
Yep. Smothering Tithe is one of the cards that I feel like a lot of players let go they shouldn't. I actually value Smothering Tithe over Ristic Study.
Sometimes you really have to.
Well, in Blue Farm.
Yeah.
I think in Blue Farm it's understandable to value Smothering Tithe over Ristic considering you already have the draw in the command zone.
Exactly. Are they debating over the resolution, or is it actually resolving? I think we've got some chatter here.
Oh, yeah, Jim Lee is
trying to convince and seems to have successfully convinced Trey to throw down a Force of Negation, pitching a card in order to counter an exile.
Yep.
And that is a successful exile on that Smothering Tithe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, perfectly good decision. Like I said, Smothering Tithe is really good. Like you just said, it is extremely valuable in Tim Necrom because of the mana distribution of colors. You got to have mana fixing. That's just too good not to do.
Sound the alarm bells. We have a Ristic Study.
There we go.
Going into the red zone, we are hitting the Anala with the opposition agent.
And that's honestly like another reason why Trey was just so willing to just dump that to get rid of that, because they're like, I've got these cards that I'm dumping, but I'm going to be resolving a Ristic. And also, it could have been a bait to see if someone could bring out some counter magic to protect it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that means that the Ristic is free to come in.
Absolutely. We're tapping 4 here for... Let's get a close-up on this. A Wheel of Fortune!
Okay.
See if there's a response to wheel. No one's got Bowmaster mana.
Yeah.
Are we wheeling? Wow.
I mean, I think that's good for... Who's that?
Huh. Ristic not paid for. Colorless floating. Trey does draw. Oh, and we're wheeling.
And we're wheeling. It's happening.
There was a Nas in Trey's hand and their own Smothering Tithe. What a grip!
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't think it was any
God.
more counter magic. There's a brain freeze. Yeah, so that was actually a very opportune Wheel of Fortune, because I think Trey was just hoping for a for the round for like just to come back around the wheel turn-wise to get more cards to find counter magic. Didn't get there because the first spell cast after that was a wheel.
What a just nutso
Interesting.
hand. Holy
That was a great
crap.
hand if there was any amount of protection.
That game was over without that wheel.
Yeah.
Oh.
That wheel just saved the game for that. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a land drop for Rourke on Anala. We have a colorless floating with the Lion's Eye Diamond up. What are we seeing next, if anything? Using the colorless, we're doing something here. Maybe
Something. Leo say, there is no way right now to fix the glare in the bottom right because that is not our lighting. That is the lighting inside this big old convention hall that we're in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are no large enough shades or anything like that we could put above everything to stop that. In future events, we will be in enclosed spaces for the feature matches, so we will have better control over lighting. Right
Yes,
now,
yeah.
unfortunately, that's the best we can do. We can, however, if you ask us about cards, ask the judges what those cards are and get them for you.
Correct, yes. Yeah. If anything, we are able to at least change our video settings between matches to see if we can get something that looks a little better. But at the moment, we're doing our best. We are getting 2 mana tapped for something here. Most likely, what are we seeing? Is that a Sylvan Scrying? It looks like it. That is a Sylvan Scrying going to try to go grab Gaia's Cradle, paying for the Ristic.
All right.
I'm a little shocked we saw the Talon Gates come down this turn.
It might have been all they had in hand.
Well, they have Sylvan Scrying. I'm saying that now they have they can't land drop the Cradle.
True.
I'm surprised we land dropped pre-Cradle.
Yeah, that is an interesting...
Unless top rope, we have an Exploration in hand. We're casting off the birds, which would be very cool.
True.
I'm very hot on, very, very hot on Exploration in that deck.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anything that gets you multiple land drops, because, again, also, you're, in decks like that, would want to return lands to hand, too. So if you can find a way to bounce Cradle and bring it back out, you have those multiple land drops for that.
I think we're saying go.
Oh. Are all the Oppos gone? Did I miss that?
Nope. So opposition agent got hit with the Talon Gates so he could search.
That's why he did it. Okay.
Yeah, that makes way more
that
sense.
that is that. Wow, how did we miss that? That's why Talon Gates had to come down.
Maybe it was the 12 hours of casting yesterday. Maybe that's what got us. Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah, the Oppo is phased out. Oppo
Luckily-
man, Oppo.
Yep. And luckily, obviously, the Oppo's not out for the entire table, only for Jim to be not affected due to him having the copy.
Yeah, it'll be back. And in greater numbers.
Wow, lots of fast mana put onto the board and all paid for. Ristic's paid, not paying for Timna, it looks like. No, that was an Ancient Tomb tap, so we are paying for Timna. Passing turn after Timna, Oppo's back in.
Yep, there we go. Not anyone taking advantage of that clear line to tutor.
Yep.
All right, we got the untap, upkeep, draw on Trey.
Mm-hmm.
What to do?
We have access to Crom, but it looks like we are looking at graveyards really quick. Nala asking, maybe we are going to see a meme bet.
Uh-oh. What would meme bet help with right now, though? What are graveyards looking like?
Yeah,
There's a
there's
wheel.
Fire Covenant.
There's a Fire Covenant.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, no, I was thinking of the of some of the tutors, but that's just completely useless at the moment.
Well, at the moment, if given enough fast mana, if Anala does fire one off, they will have access to a Adnaz and a Fire Covenant to blow off the Oppos. Not that that stops the Adnaz, obviously. But they will not gain access to their wheel again if the Anala is the one doing it, which they are the one asking for graveyard information at the moment.
Exactly. Yep. A lot of talking back and forth. Was that some hand information being revealed?
Yes, so there was a fetch,
Got it.
I believe. And the fetch is now giving them access. I believe Trey most likely forgot about the opposition agent on field when he fetched.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so common. Who would forget an opposition agent? Who would do that? We've never done that before.
Never, ever, ever. I have never tried to enlighten tutor into a Aven Mind Sensor before. Not in my life.
And I've totally never cast it and forgot about it. Never happened.
Never.
Yeah, it happens. It's a long day of playing, and TEDH, you're going to be a little stressed.
Yeah,
Once you're at a tournament,
for sure.
Yeah.
And also, it's not an opposition agent, the card. It's a Mockingbird, right? So you might have forgotten that it was duplicating an opposition agent.
Correct. We are stealing away the Volcanic Island from Trey's deck.
Okay.
That will go under the Mockingbird copy of Oppo. But I don't think Trey's going to be too hurt by that, considering they are in such a commanding seat one position with Bristic.
Still having the Ristic and the Oppo, even if there's double Oppo out, just like if Trey can find some removal for Jim's Oppo and any number of other things, they'll be fine.
We're going to see Oppo swing in and hit Rourke on Anala.
Okay.
And it may be a pass from there. We'll have to see. And, we're hesitant before passing turn. Looks like Trey wants to do something else.
Yep, some thinking there, some land tapping and untapping.
They had to go to clean up.
Okay.
Yep. And we're into
Rourke's
turn 3.
Yep.
What can they do with their new hand? We are post-wheel. Games get very messy here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Do we think that Blue Farm players have body pillows at home? I'm not saying that they don't.
If they do, it's Esper Sentinel, though.
Yes.
Yeah. What a hunk.
For real, though. People love, like, dark, brooding, stoic guys.
Yeah. I would get a Mr. Cremora body pillow.
100%.
That'd be great.
Love the fish.
Yeah. But it's got to be shaped like it, though. I need, like, the big fish.
Oh, 100%. Like a plushie? Oh,
giant
man.
fish. Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. A lot of thought going on here. We're cooking on what's next. We're going to have a cavern. Ooh,
all right.
There's the Cavern of Souls. I wonder what it's naming.
Feldegriff.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is a legal magic
card. That is a legal magic card.
Yep.
I definitely have a Crom pillow.
Yep.
You know what? No judgment.
Yep.
If I could, I'd have a Lotho pillow.
Oh, gosh. Today's going great.
Today's going phenomenally. I hope today's going great for you guys too, watching.
Wow, a cradle. I never saw it coming.
What? No way.
Dang. Funny enough, no cradle's stolen away with opposition agents. That hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
Not that it could. But definitely a target.
Legacy players. Your online on top 10.
Lotho's just a pillow.
Lotho's not a body pillow. Lotho is just a normal pillow. Yes. Lotho is just a normal pillow.
All right. Game actions are happening. We have a Thrasios with the Ristic tax being paid.
All right.
Agent going to be swinging.
Interesting.
Shins getting kicked. We're kicking the Crom Shins.
Still has an untapped Cradle. Can tap for, what?
3.
3 off of it. So one one Thrasios activation
Yep.
is sitting up there.
Not a bad thing to have on you.
No.
Tymna going to be thrown at the other Tymna. We're going to gain 2, lose 1, draw 1.
Nice. Getting some value there.
Yep. So I'm surprised we didn't go to combat, considering the mana up. So that means there's
For
definitely
sure.
follow-up plays here.
Yep. Board wipe, perhaps?
Paying for Rhystic for a Mox Opal into a Lion's Eye, paying for both. What a responsible blue farm
Wow.
player.
I respect it. Honestly, like some of the best games of Magic I've had is when everyone is extremely responsible about when to and when not to pay for Rhystics. And it feels great when everyone is like on the same page about that.
Yeah.
So we've got some more. Is that a vault?
Mana Vault paying Rhystic, and then,
And then tapping out
for Croft.
for Crom. Interesting. Perhaps this is because Dylan was not able to
Yeah, beforehand.
beforehand, and then whatever Dylan drew off of the Tymna was able to go, you know what, I can do this.
It's just one card. It's just one card.
Because I think, are they...
Yeah.
No, they've got a couple cards in hand still, but
Yes.
but they probably didn't have access to that until the draw.
And mana available. Named Wizard, we just got confirmations from the judges. The surprising and morally shocking, we got a
Yeah.
wizard named for the Cavern of Souls.
Off Cavern of Souls
man.
for Rourke.
I don't
The
know.
Inala player naming Wizard? For shame.
We have an Arcane Signet coming down for Trey. Losing
I-
2 off his Ancient Tomb. There we go. It got pointed out.
Yeah, got pointed out.
No. This game is coming down to punchies. I mean, shins are getting kicked pretty hard.
Which does matter.
Got bloody shins.
I mean, there's ad nauses, here and
Yeah.
there. Granted, Trey's is in the bin, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that Trey won't be able to get it back.
Yep. And we're seeing the turn pass, I think.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
Not just yet.
some thinking,
Yeah.
some talking.
I mean,
yep,
we
there's some
only-
chatter.
We only got 2 lands for Trey.
Yeah,
That's rough.
it's rough.
The wheel did not. Oh, there we go. There's a land.
Trey still has access to a good amount of mana right now, right?
Morphic pool for a. Ooh, I forgot the name of it. It's the Taru. The
Oh.
right.
Tataru?
Tataru. So if you guys aren't familiar with this card, this is a new white legend from Final Fantasy that says whenever someone else does something, you make a tap treasure.
So what you do is 2 and a white.
Draw.
Yeah,
Right.
2 and a white. When she enters, you and target opponent each draw a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card that is not the first card they drew in a turn,
Yep.
you create a tapped treasure. Do
Yep.
this only once per turn.
Yep.
So,
And we are-
pretty decent when there's a meta that draws a bunch of cards. Who would have thought?
And we just flipped something from Secret Lair off the top of the library from a Thrasios activation in response to Taru.
I'm gonna
Put in
get
hand.
a judge
Yeah.
for that.
No, not played. Drew
Oh.
by Thrasios.
Oh,
Drawn and revealed through Thrasios. And that happened after Taru came down, so it looks like we already got a tap treasure token.
yes, because well, it would be a tap treasure token. Yes.
Oh, I'm
because-
surprised that the Thrasios activation wasn't in response to the casting of Taru.
True. Oh, it's the is it what bright
the
bright
ET.
glass Gear Hulk?
Possibly, but it
The
also
green white Gear Hulk?
it triggers itself after, even if they did it in response, due to the making them draw.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yep.
That was the Gear Hulk was what was revealed.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Scary, yes, you are correct. It is a may have someone and yourself each draw a card when she enters, and it's whenever a player draws a card not on their turn, you
Yep.
make a treasure that's tapped, and it happens only once per turn.
Yes.
Not
We
quite
are-
low, though, but still pretty dang good.
Yep. And Anala has drawn for turn. Let's see what they do. It is cracking. We got Uncounterable Wizard.
Uncounterable Wizard, what's it going to be?
Oh, and it is being tapped. What are we going to see?
Oh, no commitment.
Ah. It's being tapped.
Oh, now it is being tapped.
For a mana vault? Dang it.
Okay.
Yep. And that looks like not an Urborg. That is a Phyrexian Tower.
All right. which is a pretty good part of
Yep.
the combo because you need to find some ways to get some of your creatures into the bin in order to make the cycle go on.
Absolutely. And that's a pass.
Alrighty.
Just mana.
Everyone's playing real safe right now, it would seem.
I wonder if casting an all at some point as a blocker is going to be helpful.
What is the Rock under Mox Diamond? I do believe on Rourke's board.
On Rourke's board, we currently have a Grim Monolith, a Mox Diamond, and a Mana Vault.
Okay.
Yep, we're going to zoom in just to show off the glare, but that is a Grim Monolith if you are able to see it. Yeah, convention lighting is kind of on the ceiling and untouchable by us.
Yeah.
It would turn off an entire section if we turned it off.
Yep.
So due to this being at a larger venue, that is an issue for us, but we are going to be in a closed space, luckily at the next Excalibur event coming in November, hopefully breaking the record again for the most players at a TDH event.
For those that are just tuning in or have not been apprised of the situation, this is a over 500 player event.
Yeah.
There are more than 120 active pods right now
Jeez.
playing Magic the Gathering, playing TEDH Magic the Gathering. It is nuts.
We have an army of judges.
Yeah,
An
like,
army.
there are so many judges. There are more judges than there are in some tournaments
Yep,
right now.
Absolutely. And Biomancer's Familiar is going down. Let's go. Not paying the risk, it looks like, yet. Are we going to see the bio? Yeah, it looks like we're tapping for it. Yeah. And we're paying for Mystic. Gemstone, normally pretty good for paying Mystics.
Yes, very, very responsible, very good plays.
Yeah, a non-lucked counter.
Yes.
Yeah. This is big. A Cradle and Biomancer's Familiar, putting the Thrasios activations down to only 2 mana.
Those are cheap.
Yep, that is 3 activations.
Yeah, that's a lot of value right there.
Jeez. And not only that, we have one of the combo pieces on board right now, and we now have something that lessens it. So if we find an Aboro Breeze Caller in this current state, game is over.
Yeah, and for any of our viewers or listeners that are not aware of what that combo is, could you explain it to me real quick?
Absolutely. So the Aboro Breeze Caller is a Kamigawa creature that says you may pay to put a land back in your hand and untap target land. What target land is that going to be? That is going to be Guy's Cradle. And obviously in this deck, you don't want to put all your lands back in your hand because then you got nothing left. But guess what? Talon Gates can be paid to put on the battlefield. So you're able to activate Talon Gates, put it on the battlefield, put it back in your hand, untap Cradle, and you're able to continuously activate Thrasios and continue to put other lands you don't need in your hand, dig through your entire deck with near infinite mana, and then by the end of it, you will have infinite mana. You'll have enough creatures from Cradle. That is what we saw win last game.
Yep, exactly. It's a very, very cool recursive combo that just allows you to do a whole lot.
Oh, growing rights.
And a growing rights. So yes,
Baby Cradle.
our Thras player is going to have essentially 2 cradles on board after the end of this turn, which is obviously very good.
Crom Trigger.
Crom Trigger. We got a Crom Trigger.
We got a Crom Trigger finally. A lot of pointing going on. Wow.
A lot of pointing.
I gotta read that.
Yeah.
What are you green players doing?
What is this nonsense?
I never wrote a green card in my life.
I am very interested in this being a Thras Yoshimaru, not a Rog Thras, like normal. And I haven't seen a whole lot of the white section of that pie making appearances this game. So what do you think is going on in that deck, right? We can obviously bring up the deck list, which I will, so we can find a little bit more about what's going on here.
Yoshi gives us access to all of our silencing effects and Smothering Tithe. That is the major portion of why you run white. And, of course, as aforementioned, Esper Sentinel.
Ooh, we also get to run Emil the Blessed for more infinite combos.
Yep.
Right. Does that mean, yes, indeed, Derevi Imperial Tactician? So it would seem that this is a backup Derevi combo in case the main combo of Aboro and Gaia's Cradle doesn't go through.
A lot of these decks will end up being creature tutor heavy and be effectively secret Derevi decks.
Yes.
But I am not seeing that from the game plan so far, especially for the fact that they included a Biomancer's Familiar.
Right, for sure. Again, it could just be that the main win condition is just is working out right now. So
Yeah.
they don't need to pivot.
We are sharing info on this
Ah.
growing rights. We just passed some card information over from Inala to Timnacrom in seat 1. So Rourke to Trey. They're working out how to deal with this. I think the growing rights of Icklemok obviously is a very scary card. It is a secondary cradle for this deck, but I don't know if they understand the fact that that is a red herring because they don't need it.
Yeah, it's not necessary. Granted, do remember that growing rights does have an ETB effect.
Yes.
It's not like phenomenal, but it's still more card advantage.
It is.
That could help out Jim in this like position, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Deck lists are not going to be available till after the tournament
Yes.
because
We have
can't
private access as
Yes.
as the casters. That's not public information.
Yeah.
We are allowed to talk about it though.
Yeah, we
I
can
did
talk
confirm.
about it.
I did confirm that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our players are still passing cards. We're talking.
Yeah, a lot of John here.
Yeah. And it looks like we saw another revealed card. But growing rights is still sitting there. We're still chatting over whether or not this gets either dealt with by removal or countered.
Or if it's even worth it.
Yeah.
Right? Who knows?
Absolutely. We're going to get a quick zoom on whatever they're passing over here. And it looks like we've passed on growing rights. No, we're still thinking.
Yep.
Yep. I don't think we're going to see this game pass next turn.
Abhorrent Oculus.
Abhorrent Oculus. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the one that like manifests and all kinds
Yep.
of nonsense.
So the chatting will continue. Sorry. Checking for dispute. I think for the most part, we are probably in a place where we are not just talking about what to do with growing rights. We're talking about what to do with this game. We're pointing at the oppos. We're pointing at the mana available. And we're starting to talk about, hey, who's going to get thrown to?
Yeah. Like people making their cases for like, hey, I'm not going for it yet. I'm not the threat. They're the threat. And then that person going, watch it here. This isn't
Ooh, we are flashing in a cloud of fairies.
Is that
Not
Cloud
cloud of
Fairies?
fairies. Sorry. Fairy Mastermind. Fairy Mastermind. Cloud of Fairies would win the game.
It's a 2-drop fairy, not that fairy.
I have Cloud of Fairies on the brain, given the fact that it would win the game.
Yes, a second growing rights being the second guy's cradle. I'm sure in this situation it's probably just more Thras activations.
Yeah.
Which honestly, like that's still a reason to want to counter it, right?
It is.
Because it's just like we cannot let them draw an additional 4 cards,
Yeah.
in this turn cycle.
Absolutely. It can be very difficult in a spot like this to talk your way out of not being the threat to others.
Right. So
I think we're throwing around this Mockingbird a lot right now, and I'm wondering if they're talking about allowing it to die,
yeah,
like attacking into Crom or something.
right. Have we moved through the resolution of the growing rights then?
No, we don't know that. Yeah, so growing
Okay.
rights is most likely still on the stack due to the fact that we still have
The
Fairy Mastermind.
I think
Or
it's getting flipped.
It is. Yes, so it has done.
So
yeah.
that's what I was saying, because I think that Jim attacked with the Mockingbird, right?
Yes, that's
and
what
that
it
would have
was.
meant that they'd
And
moved
that
through
flips.
combat.
Yep.
So yeah, so it stuck.
We are seeing a nuts amount of mana represented.
Yeah, a lot of mana. This is going to grind a little bit here, but there's also very much the possibility that Jim, because almost all of Jim's pieces now are just activated abilities and not really casts, there's like one more cast that Jim needs to resolve to win the game.
Let's go through some triggers here. So we just got a Timna trigger off of Crom, hitting the gut of Trey, and then Timna kicking the shins of Inala for Rourke. And we drew 2, and then we saw a draw due to Fairy Mastermind's trigger, and now we are looking at Tataru Taru having a couple extra tap triggers and a Mystic Remora being played by Dylan. Mr. Cremora this late in the game is insanely powerful.
Oh yeah, super good.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. It's just like Mr. Cremora, you either play it turn 1, or if you get it like turn 3, 4,
Yep.
you're drawing mad amounts of cards. Especially when
Absolutely.
someone's trying to turbo off, and they're just like, I gotta let you draw cards while I try to win.
Yep.
And hope that you don't hit those counter magic spells.
Yep. So from what I can understand right now, it looks like Rourke is petitioning to Trey about needing to start counter stuff. They keep putting their hand over to Trey, saying, I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we are going to use the mental misstep. Paid with mana. And we're going to get a mental misstep right back.
Ooh, little fight there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the stack. It resolves.
Yep.
Okay, so it's still going.
Yep. And the heuristic was paid for. That is a strange...
Is that a being played upside down? What is that?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to check something here.
Is that a fetch?
It's a fetch, just has upside down. Okay.
So windswept.
I was like, what was that? And we're moving over to Trey. I'm going to think we're hitting the final turn cycle here.
Yep, things are gonna get hairy here in a second.
Yep. You know what I bet right now?
Hmm.
I'm thinking about those players that took the lunch pact earlier and went
Oh,
out to lunch
I know,
right now.
right?
They're probably having
Oh,
a great
man.
time.
I know what I'm doing after this game
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, unlike you folks at home right now getting to enjoy this game with some food. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful lunch over this, seeing it as it's around brunch time for most people.
Yep, it's 1:29 local time here. So if you're central, it's gonna be about noon. If it's
Okay,
West
Zep,
Coast,
go
you're-
ahead. Enjoy. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
So, it would seem that Trey has just resolved what we in the business call the boy, Lotho, corrupt sheriff. Sheriff. So, Tataru Taru is pretty awesome. I do like Tataru Taru, but man, there ain't nothing better than a Lotho.
Trigger. We have a Timna coming down. That is second spell and second draw. We're gonna have a Fairy Mastermind trigger and a Crumb trigger off of this.
Porque Maria, you are probably 100% correct that that fetch land was played upside down to remind Dylan to not crack it while there are Oppos on the field.
Ooh,
Good
I love
pickup
that.
there. Good
I
pickup.
love that.
Yeah, because more than likely, if Dylan ever goes to crack it, goes, why did I put this upside down?
Absolutely. Genius. Dylan really lucking out not having any fetches in hand for the most part.
Oh,
He's
for
actually
sure.
had the lands.
For sure. There's some table talk happening now, some
Yep.
politicking. Pointing at Rourke and Jim's boards.
Yes. For the most part, we have an insane advantage toward Dylan, but Dylan is in fourth seat.
For sure.
We're only going to be swinging with the Oppo over at Dylan to draw one out of Timna, losing one life. Not opting to tap out all of our treasures in land for Prom.
Yeah.
A lot of mana open.
A lot of discussion about the Oppos.
Yes.
Whether it be who I'm going to attack with this, or can we deal with them in a way,
Yep.
right?
And it looks like Anala is being passed to, but we're also going to do some Thrasios activations before that happens. Growing Rights has been tapped.
Okay.
Oh, we are Besageing the diamond? We pointed at the diamond. A bit of a weird time for a Beseju given the fact that no one's winning right now or trying to win.
Right. Unless, just very afraid of what
That's a
Anala can
Beseju.
do.
It's one extra pit.
Trying to figure out.
Yeah, we'll figure out where that's being pointed at, but that's a bit odd.
Let's get some judge confirmation here.
Yeah. We're going to have our judges let us know where that's headed. Oh, it hit the cavern.
Hit Cavernous Souls. Okay.
Genius.
Because remember, you can target lands with Beseju.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
And, yep.
Now for the flips.
Yep. All right.
This one's going to be a fresh reveal. What do we get? It's going to be the Swan Song from the Miku Secret Lair. I'm like 99% sure on that one.
Probably.
And then we're thinking about showing this draw We're bottoming it. We're going to get another one. Let's zoom in on it for the dramatic reveal. It's just a land. It's a fetch on top of that. It's going into the battlefield. Yeah, Cavern of Souls is a amazing hit because now they don't have a protected win.
Yep. Yeah, Rourke cannot be happy about that.
No.
I think I saw them making some gesturing that definitely was trying to defend against that target and was talked down out of it.
Yep, I love that call from Jim Lee. Excellent call.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, this is some very, very well-played Magic.
Yeah, everyone is, again, being very responsible with what they're paying for, trying to keep threats up, like open mana, talking. That's the most important thing. Again, politicking and being able to talk with your opponents and go, alliance for now, let's let this happen, let's stop that from happening. And it keeps one player from just like running away with it.
Yeah, conversations are very good. Getting into the point where you're having arguments is not, and the judges here have been snubbing any extra long conversations where one person is asking multiple times for the same instance of a problem, and if one player says no, that's it. That's the end of discussion.
Yeah, and no browbeating or coercion.
Yeah.
Like if anyone, like if there's even a hint, a sniff of someone just kind of like trying to, be mean to someone to get them to do, to bully someone into something, the judges are just going to jump on that in an instant and give, what was it, a turn loss?
It is a turn loss if you repeatedly ask a player to do something after multiple no's.
Yeah.
You're at the point where you are stalling the game and you will receive a turn loss. But I know for a fact that Rourke has to use his free resource of chatting with other players to get out of this because they are a combo deck. They have to use yapping as a free resource to get through this. At this point, if there's nothing to do, you can just take the turn loss for yapping enough because you need to get by. Nothing's going to get done if you can't yap out of this position. But we got a land being played, and we are looking at what's next. It seems like possibly flooding after the wheel for Rourke.
Yeah.
It has been a bunch of flooding.
It's been
That is very unfortunate that the wheel turned out poor for them when it actually saved the table from Trey. Going back to turn 2, when we did see this wheel, Trey binned and ad nauseum a brain freeze and tutors.
Granted, if Trey can find breach, excellent position.
Yeah. But Trey was wheeled out of the win from seat 1. It was a very, very good wheel, but it didn't turn out for Rourke.
Yeah. And funnily enough, the player that's kind of in the worst position right now was the most impactful, the Inala player, resolving that wheel at the best possible time to stop Trey, the Timna Krom player, from being able to, on their turn, try to go for a win.
Yeah. Fetches lying dead on the table. Nothing to do with them, but where it looks like we're going to be casting possibly Yoshi with the mana currently tapped. No, we're going to get a silence from the Princess Bride Secret Lair. Silence.
Yeah. So, man.
Wow.
To answer you, Rodrigo, who just asked in the chat, it looks like Jim is trying to go for a win here. That's our Thrasios Yoshi player. So right now, obviously that's the best position, but we have to see if this silence actually resolves.
Yeah, silence getting chatted over. We actually know where every mental misstep is, other than Rourke's. We know that Dylan and Trey cast theirs, and Jim Lee's mental misstep was put into the bin after the wheel.
Right.
The Ristic was paid for with the gemstone. It looks like we're getting some Thrasios activations, but obviously we're going to see a trigger from at least the Remora, as I don't believe 4 mana was paid, and they may be paying for that.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks like they're going to pay for the Remora, that's awesome.
Yeah, again.
Why not? You got the mana.
Why not?
You've got two cradles.
Yeah, you've got 2 cradles. You've got the mana. Don't give the blue farm player any ability to find an answer for you.
That's hilarious.
After the silence is resolved, perhaps.
We're passing hands. We've hit the point.
Deal making like crazy right now.
Oh, Dylan has now seen everyone's hand other than Jim's. We're talking.
That is crazy.
This is it. This is it.
Near perfect information of all of your other opponent's hands in order to try to stop the one player from going off.
Offer you can't refuse.
Okay.
And not only that, if they do actually trigger one another's Ristics and or Mystics, you know what's going to happen? We're going to see Fairy Mastermind draw.
Yeah. Yep. And what's also going to happen now is if this was just like an attempt to draw out hate early, right? We still need to bank on Dylan, Trey, and Rourke having more answers after the silence to try to stop Jim from going off, right?
We're going to check what that trigger put on the stack was real quick. Let's see what we can find out. Looks like it's just it's just a trigger for the player so that we have proper information on stack. Okay.
But yes, there might be a situation where the two blue farms allow each other to draw cards off of each other's Ristic and Mystic in order to find answers.
Here's the thing about that. Let's get a little meta for just a moment. In everything here, look at Dylan's board. Look how much stuff is on that. If we stop Jim, Dylan's gonna win. I mean, and we got a Swords to Plowshares coming at Timna, it looks like.
Yeah.
And or the opposition agent. And now we have another trigger put on the stack, probably Ristic, if I am not mistaken. And then we have a Lotho trigger as well from second spell. Or no. Yeah,
it's a second spell.
Yeah, second spell.
And
a Crom trigger.
And Crom trigger. Yeah.
Yep,
do you remember that?
The Crom trigger.
Yeah, both Lotho and Crom kind of read the same. It's one draws you cards, one gives you a mana. So anyone's second spell gives each.
And now we're back onto Swords. And we're going to draw from Mystic Remora off Swords.
Man, this is, I think, the first big stack we've seen.
Yes, it is, yeah.
At the feature match table.
Fairy Mastermind will draw off a second draw from Dylan. Lotho is now triggering. Lotho will have him lose a life and give him the treasure. Trey is up to 4 treasures.
That's not bad. Oh, more John. People making their cases.
It looked like we were cracking the treasures for a moment, but
yep, there's some tanking happening.
Yep. But this is the turn.
Yep. Yeah, this is where we're going to see the longest wait because everyone is going to be trying their best to make their case.
Yep.
Game actions are going to be kind of slow because every time anyone makes any game action, there's going to be chatter about it.
Absolutely. And not only that, when we're looking at this situation, let's scope out for a second. We're at 513 people playing. There's 120 pods being run. There are so many things you're going to be talking about throughout the day. At some point, someone's going to get into the groove with something, but we have another trigger put onto the stack. We're going to zoom in onto this, and we're going to get the trigger cam put on. And it looks like another Swords?
Another Swords, I do believe. That's a secret layer Swords.
Yes.
What is the target for that?
It's kind of an inverse color proxy version of it. Kind of cool to see. We're going to get another draw from Dylan. It looks like Trey was the one to cast it. Yes, a treasure was used on Trey's side.
Porque Maria, yes, we are going to have a round timer on screen tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, round timers were sadly unavailable today. We're going to get them tomorrow.
But you can always ask because I have access to that.
Yes, our round timer currently is at
26 minutes on the dot.
26 minutes left.
And do remember that the feature match that we are watching actually has a slight extension of about, I think, 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we are anywhere between 30 to 35 minutes currently left in this game. It's hitting Mockingbird.
Okay. Yep, so we're trying to get rid of
Oppo.
Oppos.
There's the Swan Song that was revealed earlier. This was something that we knew was going to come down eventually.
Another trigger on the stack.
Correct. And then we have a Remora trigger.
Sheesh.
We're going to have a draw. That is the first time Trey has drawn his second card per turn, so that is going to trigger Fairy Mastermind, and then to Timna's draw, to Dylan's draw on Timna Crom. We are now out of Fairy Mastermind triggers, most likely, unless we see Rourke sandbag some interaction and end up casting 2 spells. So that is most likely, other than Thrasios triggers, all we're going to see for Jim Lee for the rest of this turn and knowing what's in, and having card advantage. We are sharing that information. Trey is giving over to Dylan what was drawn, most likely to show that he has nothing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that might not be the best thing to do, since if Jim doesn't get to end the turn and win right now, it goes to Dylan, and now Dylan knows what's in Trey's hand.
And that's exactly why I think Dylan was petitioning so well for it. We are getting a Mind Break Trap, it looks like. I think that is a proxied Mind Break Trap.
All right.
That's hitting the stack. But I think, for the most part, Dylan was very smart to say, hey, guys, I have interaction, but I need to see your hands before I do it, because now Dylan knows what he's going into, for the most part, into the hopefully winning turn for Dylan.
Nothing better than a free Gitaxian probe, I guess.
Yep. Yapping can get you that a lot. We are drawing again through Remora. I believe we saw 2 draws there. Oh, that was due to the fact that that was the second spell from Trey. We have the swords and now the Mind Break Trap from Trey. So Dylan with at least 11 cards in hand, if my count's correct. Wow.
And again, this is still the same stack from like 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
It is grown, reduced, and then grown right back again.
We're on a pact.
Okay.
No, yeah, that is pact, yes.
That's an invocation pact, I do
pact.
believe.
I'm almost positive, yeah.
Let's confirm.
Yeah.
No. That's the invocation pact.
That's the invocation pact. That was it. Yep.
Oh, that was
and
it?
we have
Okay.
a red elemental blast hitting it.
Oh yeah, no, that for some reason I thought that was Kefnet. Never mind. Wrong art.
And then we are going to see if we can get this stack a little clearer for everyone at home real quick. We're going to zoom in on the stack. We're doing a little bit of production magic real quick. And I am going to quickly transform an extra camera here so you guys have a better look at the stack while we're going through it. It looks like we have a Flusterstorm.
Sure do. And there have been quite a few spells this turn.
Yeah.
So that means that there is the ability, I do believe, for Jim to target multiple of these and still get away with it, with that fluster.
Indeed. And it's after the Mind Break Trap, which is very important. We're just going to do a little bit of production magic to get a better zoom on this for everyone.
TCVX Pride. Luckily, we will hope not see any 11 and a half long games because there is a hard stop at 20 minutes into time.
Correct.
So at max, a round will only be 100 minutes only.
Yeah, only.
Because if you go into turns after the 80-minute mark, there will be a forced draw at 20 extra minutes, no matter what's going on.
Correct. And we're going to get this zoomed in off here so we can keep a better track of what this stack looks like.
Can we get a...
Yeah, I'm going to cut that down real quick for us.
Slick. Big Scary Gamer, I'll need to check. I don't know if it's for top 16 as well. maybe for top 4. Not. Ben, man, yes, we are aware that we can't exceed 12 hours on the VOD.
Yes, and we are not having to deal with that because we are recording all this in 4K. So every game will be available afterwards. Okay, we have 6 of the copies going at Red Elemental Blast, and we have 3 of the copies going at Offer You Can't Refuse.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, more than enough on the stack to be able to split
Yes.
targets.
Well,
which
that's the thing, though, is if Dylan does get a Dark Ritual here, he can pay.
For sure. We also don't know if there's not more interaction in Jim's hand to keep going, right?
Yep.
So we've got a lot of things coming off the
Resolving
stack.
that. Oh, and Offer is countered.
Okay.
It looks like this is the stack.
Being said, you have a way to win the match.
Yep.
We may begin.
We're back to Pact. We have a Force of Will being put
Force.
on the stack.
And we've got a Mystic Trigger.
Yep.
And it's draw. All right. Yeah, here's the thing. This is why this is getting so crazy, is that like a lot of cards are being drawn by 3 very interactive decks.
Yep.
Does anyone know what turn they are on? I do believe this is turn 4.
5. You're right.
4 or 5? I think it's 5.
It's 5. It's turn 5, yeah. Oh, we are, turn 5. We've had 2 flipped lands off their ICOs. This is turn 5.
Cool. So not bad.
No, not at all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, turn 5. Yeah, because the cavern was blown
Because
up.
the cavern was destroyed.
Yep. We can keep track of turn order probably next game.
Yeah, we'll do
We
that
might
as
be able
well.
to do that.
Yeah.
So,
at this point, how tapped out or with how tapped out Jim is, what is the line that he's going for? Well, there's still enough mana plus, well, that's a Scalding Tarn.
We actually do know, probably due to the fact that we're attempting to Swords to Plowshares the Oppo.
The Oppo?
So this whole stack where after Silence was at Swords to Plowshares on the opposition agent, meaning we are definitely tutoring for the win here.
Yes.
Yeah, we already have Talon Gates and Guy's Cradle, so this is most likely a Court of Calling and or any other creature tutor straight to battlefield for the Oboro Breeze Caller.
Questions about the Envy. So this is not the Envy.
Oh yeah.
This is
So-
the 20K main event.
So this is the Steel City Spectacular 20K event, the largest CEDH event in history. 513 players, 120 pods continuing to go. And so we're back into, it looks like some Anala tapping.
Like, you know what? He's been sitting there for...
The sandbag's real.
Yeah, no, and that's what you have to do as a turbo, like, deck like that. You've got to just be like, I'm not acting until I need to.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes. We do, in fact, have Comedian in the pods out there. Comedian is out in this 20K trying to win that 20K.
Oh, yeah.
Big bucks. I am excited for who else we see, but I'm enjoying the pod dichotomy we've had so far. We are randomly picking from the undefeated pods. That is how we are choosing our pods. We are not highlighting anyone due to status today.
No.
This is purely off game record.
Yeah, if players with status in the socials do end up do end up in the featured match, it's likely because they're literally at the top pods in the end there.
They would
right?
deserve it.
And they would deserve it, right? We're not going to look at someone just because they have
Yeah.
a good record before this, tournament started.
And we're trying to find the games with the highest quality, and I'm assuming 3-3-0 players. That's going to be fun next round.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be good.
If we have any of those.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I know we've got at least one 2-0. If we've got a few 2-0s.
Yeah, we definitely have a bunch of 2-0s. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's whether or not we're going to have a full pod of 3-0s.
Right.
Yeah. most likely we're going to see like some 3-0s and some 2-0-1s. So some 2
sure.
wins, 0
Oh, yeah.
losses, 1 draw.
And do remember,
Oh, we have a deflecting swat. It looks like hitting the
Ooh.
table. Yes. Deflecting swat is going to
redirect.
the mind break trap.
That's a good one because that targets anything.
Yes.
That also, interesting. Would it have been able to have been cast for free during the Flusterstorm? Was that not 3 spells yet?
I think it was drawn after the Flusterstorm. We've had 3 draws from Dylan since the Flusterstorm, and I believe that either they want to keep the deflecting swap for their turn, and we're waiting to see if others would, because in this case, Dylan has not shared their hand.
No.
Trey shared their hand to Dylan and knew the mind break trap was there, and probably went, "Hey man, I don't know."
Yeah.
And then you can normally go, "Hey, I drew into it afterwards." If you got 3 draws, it's understandable.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of revealed information, but also still a
Yeah.
lot of, even after that, a lot of hidden information.
This is an extremely well done stack. The players are doing a good job at talking through this position, and I think they understand what has to happen in order for this to move forward. I don't believe any of them are too worried. It looks like we are going to have the deflecting swat go through.
Wow.
Mind break trap is now going to be redirected, but
that movement almost seemed like a whole stack.
yes.
I'm gonna ask the judge real
Yeah,
quick
we're going to get some
clarify.
clarification on this, correct. Yeah. We're using some of the floating mana that we had earlier from Cradle. We have 7. Oh, we're floating mana.
Interesting.
Swan Song is hit. These need to go to exile if they are being hit by Mindbreak Trap.
Okay, Mind Break is just targeting Swan Song and Silence.
Okay.
The swords are still on the stack because the oppos need to go for
Yep.
Dylan to be able to make anything happen.
Okay, and they do happen indeed. And so we need a reminder for them that they do need to be exiled if it was Mindbreak Trap that hit them, as currently Silence is still in the graveyard for Jim Lee. But now the interaction's been spent, does Jim still want to jam?
Yeah. It's a tough situation, but also a lot of interaction has been spent.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a good chance that Dylan still has something because Dylan went in so hard to stop all of this.
Yep.
But if Jim has even like anything
Yep.
left, there still might be a chance.
Yep. And oppos are off the table. And Dylan is going to crack that fetch. They've so been saving.
Also been saving.
Yes.
McDonald Burger, more cards, or not McDonald Burger, Handsome Man, more colors does not necessarily mean that you are more optimal, because your mana base is rough.
It can be. But fetches make that pretty
But
easy.
fetches make that easy. But that also makes you more susceptible to oppos,
Yeah.
a Blood Moon style effect, stuff like that.
Gifts! We have a Gifts on Giving being slammed by Anala!
You know,
Yo!
that is crazy. What's still on the stack? Is that the only thing on the stack now, or?
Why is there an Oppo on the stack?
Interesting.
That is Trey's Oppo. It wasn't bounced, it was swords. I'm very confused. Maybe it's the swords trigger?
Okay, new stack.
Oh my gosh. Gifts is getting, it looks like, countered? What is that? It's a fluster. Is that a fluster? That's a fluster.
Another fluster
That's a
another fluster
from
has hit the stack.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oppo got Otawara.
Oh, that's way worse.
That's way worse. Okay. I mean, it must have been in response to the swords in order for
Yeah.
it to stay in castable.
Yep.
That makes super sense. Okay.
Yep.
And then was a tutor then trying to be resolved?
On top of
On
the
top-
flash in.
And yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now we're seeing whether or not this Flusterstorm can take care of everything but the Oppo.
Yeah, because it can't hit creatures.
Yep. So maybe Rourke is gunning for. Oh, we're tapping some mana. What are we gonna see? Is that a tainted? Is that tainted pact? That is tainted pact. I knew it. Yeah, I saw black and colorless.
Good
I was like, that's a
grief.
tainted pact. That is in fact tainted pact being cast. Wow. This is cool.
And remember, this is all like, I think still, it's a new stack, but it's still kind of at the exact same point in time, right? Good grief, man.
And funny enough, no one has a flash enabler.
No, there's just so much instant speed interaction.
Yep.
And so many free spells going around.
Big to note, that was Rourke's second spell. So we did have a round of draws and another round of Fairy Mastermind draws there. So everyone has actually refreshed their hand with up to 1 to 2 cards and some mana. Oh, we have another. Oh, so, okay, Rite of Flame, Ice Vein, Cabal Ritual. Does not have Threshold. Currently at 6. Declines it. Trinket Mage. Black card we can't see.
Thinking about it, though.
Oh, yeah, we definitely
Can't see
that
that.
ain't happening.
Is that an Oppo of their own? perhaps?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, Convention Lighting doing us some good here. The City of Brass, Step Through. That's going to be able to go get Spellseeker. Step Through is a wizard cycling card. It means you can pay 2 colorless mana to cycle the card and go get a wizard from your library. We're
Keep
opting out of
going.
it. Oh, that is the combo piece. That is the Vampire Wizard that goes infinite. We are definitely stopping with that.
There we go.
As long as we can find a sacrifice outlet, this card goes infinite because you can sacrifice your own vampire, reanimate it, and then infinitely have Anala triggers on top of it, especially if you have something such as a Phyrexian altar that gives you the mana in order to continue to activate the Anala triggers to go for it. So the Fluster will hit the gifts, but it looks like we're okay with that considering we now have half the combo in hand.
For sure.
The Oppo is now taking the card out of Dylan's library. Trey opting to Oppo on a fetch was a little risky considering you might want to wait for tutors.
I think that the reason was, oh wait, no. That's not one of the Oppos that already existed, so yeah.
So it's Trey's Oppo that got
Trey's
auto-wired
Oppo.
back.
The auto-wired back.
Yes. So Trey opted to put it back into play once someone fetched post auto-wire, putting it back in his hand.
Right.
Instead of waiting for a tutor, and that's the risky run with it, and it did fire off, but luckily Dylan was able to come to Trey's aid and counter it.
It might simply be to just go like, look, everyone spent a bunch of interaction. I know there's a high chance I can get this through. I'm going to do it right now so no one else tries anything crazy in the next couple turn cycles.
Because we do not like Oppo, that is for sure. And they are currently going through the process of having Trey pick out the land they would like to take out of Dylan's library that is fetchable with Arid Mesa. So we are probably trying to take Dylan off any more blue mana, so I'm going to assume it's going to be the Tundra.
Yep.
Most likely taking white-blue away. Players have been very respectful so far. It's been very good discussion. No filibustering, nothing like that. They are playing through this game with very good speed. Hats off to them. They have around 20 minutes left in their round timer. It is off the original timer that we would be showing you, and that's why we are not, as we are not accurate with the round timer that everyone else is using, as it is the featured match, and they do get an extension. So we are around 15 minutes left as of this moment. As a result of this going so long, we will most likely have to pass on doing a winner's interview so the casters can't eat food. But we just flipped a Displacer Kitten off of the Thrasios activation, and we are still on Jim Lee's turn.
Yeah, remember that. Even though Rourke just did a lot of really cool stuff, it's all instant speed on the player on the opposite end of the turn cycle from them.
We're down to 2 mana for Jim Lee left. We are bottoming this card. It's going to be a naked reveal. What do we get? Did we miss it? We missed it. He put it straight to hand, I think. Oh, Soul Ring. Soul Ring.
Well, that does increase
Yeah.
Jim's mana by 1. But no, Jim will opt to pass.
Yep.
Oh, man.
They were trying to dig for an answer for the Appa with one another. I am going to fix Jim Lee's camera real quick from where we had it earlier as a placeholder for the stack. We are back to live. It is a Tundra stolen away by the Appa like we were talking about, keeping him off the white and blue mana. Very dangerous at this stage of the game. Exciting match so far. The fetch is good. And will be binned soon. I wonder if we're just going to see the Soul Ring played, but that does take Jim off of mana pips that are very important.
Yeah.
But with two mana left, actually, we have 1 green floating. This could be the snap that wins the game.
That's crazy.
If we see a snap out of Jim Lee right now, game over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Getting to untap, 2 cradles, essentially?
Yes. Oh,
Wow.
are we just losing the unspent mana? No, so yeah, we're using it for Soul Ring, and it makes sense. Might as well
Yeah,
do
you
that.
might as well.
You do draw people cards, but... Oh, we're tapping? I swear, if we see a snap, I'm going to freak out. What is that?
Is that a retraction helix? No.
They're having to read it, too.
I'll ask the judge what card was just played.
Look, if the players got to read it, we got to read it. Sorry, y'all. Exiling 4 cards from last...
It's not a march.
No. We're exiling 4 from graveyard.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Is that a dig through
Just a
time?
delve? Just delving?
Is that a dig through time? See if chat knows.
Yeah. Anyone recognize? Oh, it's the Oculus.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right, because
yes.
it does that on yeah, okay.
On ETB, okay.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, no, Abhorrent Oculus is gross.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get a read on that for those who don't know
Yeah,
it.
Abhorrent Oculus reads 2 and a blue for a 5/5 creature, Eye. As an additional cost to cast it, you must exile 6 cards from your graveyard. It has flying. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, manifest Dread. So you'll look at the top 2, put 1 face down as a 2/2 manifest that you can cast by or if it's a creature, by paying its mana cost, or and then the other card goes in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Right? So, Demi Martin, this is indeed the 20K tournament. There are over 500 players playing for $20,000 worth of prizes.
Yep. We've been asked that enough, even though it's in the title,
I don't know.
that I might put out an image for it on screen. That way, everyone is...
Ben, yeah, Tully, I think, would be one of the better starter decks.
Fierce Guardianship is put into the bin.
Ooh. And we have a manifested creature. So that is a 2/2 creature typeless
Yes.
creature.
Big thing to note, we let fish go. What?
Needed the mana? It's time, kind of a
There's
thing?
so much mana on their board. Yeah, I mean, needing all of it's crazy to me. Notably, by the way, Trey is at 10.
That is true.
Like, we're losing a lot of life off this Lotho.
But if Trey can pull it through by just having the mana from Lotho to like push for that win, that doesn't matter. Because remember, you don't lose till you're at 0.
But Crombat.
But Crombat.
We're seeing a Tainted Pact from Dylan. We might be watching a reverse Thoracle.
Oh man, that would be slick.
This is what I said this would happen. I said Jim would jam, and then Dylan's going to have all these cards, and he gets to go. And is that another silence on the stack? It looks like it.
Looks like. Yep.
That is a silence from
and,
Trey.
And that's what happens. And yeah, obviously, like, Blue Farm is gonna have card advantage out the wazoo. It's gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff. But what matters is placement. If you are the next person in line after someone tries to go for a win, you're in a great spot.
Yep. So, to note, we did have a Rhystic trigger, and we also had a Lotho trigger as an Into the Floodmaw gifting is now targeting the opposition agent on Trey's side. And now we have a Pyroblast, right?
I do believe so.
Yep, Pyroblast.
Yep.
Wait, I can.
Is that a Commander Masters Pyro?
Now I can see better. We're gonna quickly.
Yeah, that's a Pyroblast because it's got the choose one mode.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna fix that real quick. Boop. Oh, that is the wrong side. I was editing there. There we go. Now we have a little better view of the stack for everyone to watch. That is Pyroblast. So regular pods have just hit time in the round. We're about 10 minutes behind that.
Yeah, and from the last time I checked, we are at about 20-ish of the pods that have finished drew, which is actually on track to be lower than the number that drew last round.
Yeah.
So those are good numbers.
Yeah.
That means people are playing out their games, which
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
That is a very low amount of draws. We're tapping the opal here for something. We're talking about, that's a Culling the Weak on Timna. Are we gonna get a Nas on top of everything?
Wow. I mean, if it's a Nas and it resolves,
Yeah.
Dylan is in.
Opting to put
extremely
Timna in
good
the
spot.
bin, by the way. Not in the zone.
What do we got here? So that's the culling.
Yep. Culling the Weak, 4 black mana.
All right.
We're using 1 black mana for the... Oh, no.
That's a Born Upon Lewin,
That's
I do
a Born.
believe.
I'm almost positive, yeah.
All right. And it looks like it auto-resolved.
It did, yeah.
That silence is still on the stack, yes? Yeah.
Yes,
that
there's a
stack
silence
is
stack.
that stack is still going.
And there's a Red Elemental Blast targeting
Targeting the Born, I'm sure.
the Born. Yeah. Born should not be in the bin. Born,
Yeah. They're
They're like,
pointing. No.
get
Get that back out here. A little bit too. You're jumping the gun there, Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be excited too casting a Born.
Oh,
Let's
I
be honest.
know.
I'd be like, woo!
Like, again, we are in the final turn cycle more than likely. Everyone is a little bit on edge because they're just like, oh gosh, I gotta get my my win con out.
Absolutely.
So totally understandable. And that's also why it's good to be just good manners. Keep your opponents in check, but don't be mean. Just be like, up. Let's get that on the stack where it belongs.
Yep. Looking forward to what comes of this. Dylan with 4 mana minus the LED available. If this Born resolves, it's most likely a breach. Given the LED,
Yeah.
given the deck.
And
we
I mean,
are cracking
good
the...
grief, he's still holding a freaking stack of cards in hand.
Yeah, we're tapping 2 here and cracking the pedal for...
I see a blue
Gonna
card.
be double blue.
Red.
Final Fortune!
Final Fortune. So maybe that was trying to like bait out counter magic, which is funny because that Pyroblast wouldn't have been able to deal with Final Fortune, but
No, it didn't matter. He doesn't know what he had.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, this is it. This turn is going to be what sinks it in. Final Fortune doesn't look like it's being responded to. This is just excellent play from Dylan.
So it seems everyone is, there's a lot of talk of, because things are getting really, really hairy right now, that there may be a draw. All right? So, which, while I'm sure everyone would love to see a winner come out of this, they're all already 2-0.
Yep.
A draw doesn't hurt them. They're
Yeah.
still clinched for day 2.
Yep.
This can happen.
If I'm Dylan, I'm jamming. Not a
Dylan-
fortune on the stack, unanswered, baby. Show me the card. Show me the
Exactly.
blue card.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Dylan has no real incentive to go for the draw, right? It's up to the other players to prove they have ways to stop Dylan.
Yes.
To cause a draw to happen.
Yeah. Offering the draw. So we're showing hand information currently.
Yeah, this is definitely where the argumentation for a draw is coming in.
Okay, yeah. We're talking about draws now, the breach in hand. It looks like we are Maybe not drawing. Maybe we're just go.
Nope. I think that's the draw, possibly.
Let's make up for confirmation that
Let's get
everyone's saying
confirmation.
that they don't have anything and that Dylan just won. Let's make sure that it wasn't just Dylan going, I got it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So it was a draw, which is somewhat understandable.
Yep.
It's one of the things that like can get on people's nerves about TEDH is where so many win attempts go on the stack that there's some kind of mutually assured destruction where it's simply like, I'm not going to try to do this if that doesn't happen, so can we just do a draw? And it happens. But again, all of these players are now at 11 points, which is really good for them. They are all keyed in for day 2, no matter what. Honestly, the rest of the day is just gravy for them.
Absolutely, yeah. We are going to be making sure that going into our turns as well, everyone is continuing to be respectful. Thank you to the judges for that. We have something on production that we do need to take care of, so we are going to go to a short break beforehand. But thank you guys so much for tuning in for round 3. Round 4 will be coming shortly.